and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and having cut all of the grass last time, we now need to get it rowed up and collected. So on the back of our tractor here, we've got the windrower. We're going to take this down to the field and get it started with the hired worker, and then I'm going to take the 7810 down to the shop and grab us a forage wagon, because we are going to use our two remaining silage clamps for this. So let's start this up. It's fairly early morning, so the hired worker's putting the lights on the tractor, right? And that should get this all rowed up, which will be great, and we can just come and follow it with the 7810 once we've got the trailer. Before we continue on the farm, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create a custom line of PCs suitable for everyone from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. And the highest spec machines are also perfect for streaming and content creation. So there's never been a better time to go check them out. So we'll get this started up and out of this shed. We're in reverse at the moment. We did get the ploughing all finished overnight, so that took a while longer to get done, but it has now all been finished, and field 103 and 31 are merged. We do need to get the lime on there, but that's a job that we can wait to not do today. One job that we do need to do today is to get the oats weeded. If we don't get those weeded today, then we're going to end up with just a field full of weeds, and they're quite small at the moment, so that should give us the opportunity to get them cleared out fairly quickly. And it should also allow us to use a weeder rather than a hoe, which is going to save us a fair bit of cash as well. So we'll pull the tractor up here, park in the parking spot, and jump out and grab equipment we need for today. Now I think we're gonna have to lease the trailer, because looking at the forage wagons, yeah, unless we go for the small one, which I'd prefer not to. The Faro here with 130 horsepower requirement, that's 77,500, which we just don't have. So what we're gonna do is get this leased. We'll put the Michelin tires on it. We are going to do a silage additive tank, because we're almost exclusively using this for silage. And then we need to select someone for the number plate. And selecting somebody at random from the tractor driver and above level patrons and YouTube channel members, we have number 1 Edinburgh Gaming. Thank you for your support. I am going for #1 Edinburgh on here. That fits it fairly well, and we will go okay. And yeah, we want to lease that. This is going to cost us 4,054 to lease it. We did have a look at financing this last time, but I think this is a better way to go for now. And together with that, we're going to grab some silage additive. There's only 60 liters that we're going to grab, so I'm going to put a couple of these in. We will buy that. Yes, that's 5,900. Wow, that's more than the cost of hiring the actual forage wagon. And then we want to have a look at a weeder as well. And there's the warbownikk here that isn't very expensive, and we can keep it down to this first level. I think just having this around and using this would work quite well. So I'm going to buy that as well. And that takes us down to 13,591. So while I'm here at the shop, let's just have a quick look and see what jobs there are. There are several cultivating contracts. 779, 519, 779. So we want to get the equipment with field 48. So we'll borrow the items for that. And then I'm going to accept the contract on 4, and I'm going to accept the contract on 51. Okay, and so we want to get it to go and do 4 and 51 first. And if we get this tractor all set up, The navigation around this map is actually quite good. So we're going to go and do that. 48 is the field that we got this for. It is right by the shop. So I'm not looking to send it straight off to that. We'll get this backed up onto here, attach that, and then we can get the hired worker to head off and do that. What do we got? We've got 51 up the top there. We have 4 over here. I think we want to send it to do 4 first. So create job, field work. We want it to come down here, and by the looks of it, our best bet is going to be this corner here, like so. Start job. Is that going to do it? It doesn't seem to be lost. It seems to be calculating its route, which is great news. So now we can get back in this and head off with the silage additive and the trailer. We might have to come back up here, I think, and grab the second pallet. And I think the traffic is trying to work its way out of this. We might have to go and nurse that tractor back itself by the looks of things. Yeah, I think we're going to have to. Let's fill this up with silage additive. And that only takes 10 litres, so we've overspent on the silage additive a bit. One of the things I like about this map is the fact that even though it is fairly small roads and tracks and things around here, you can still get the bigger machines for contracts down to the fields you need to get them down, which is very, very useful. Having said that, I thought this bridge was going to be wider than it is, and this is going to be a very interesting maneuver. Also, the nose of this tractor is a little bit longer than I expected. Okay, we can definitely get the tractor across. That cultivator, though, that is going to take a little bit more work. I nearly came the northern route and thought, no, I'll be fine. This will be absolutely okay. We can definitely get ourselves down here this way. But this is going to take a little bit of maneuvering. Especially after having said, oh, I can still get all the big equipment where I need to. Yeah, there we go. Oh. I've caught a pine on the corner there. Back that up. Straighten that up slightly. Farmer's going to be really happy to see me doing this with his equipment. There we go. We've cleared it now. Yeah. And then that's just over here and into this field here. And we can set this going. Perfect. Those cultivating contracts should allow us to recoup the money that we've spent getting this forage wagon today, and allow us to sort of get started on clearing things up. And then, yeah, we're looking at selling field 25 and hopefully having enough money to buy this rough area here to convert into a vineyard come the new year. Down here like this. How are we doing with this? Okay, we're doing all right. This tractor and this trailer, this forage wagon, actually work pretty well together. So I'm quite happy with that. That is really good. And we've hit a max trailer. Yeah, we have. So because we have the trailer weight limit on, that means we don't necessarily always get a full trailer. 21,469 litres we can get in here before we hit max weight. So that's pretty good. And yeah, it's going to take a lot of trips. I am very pleased I got this larger trailer, because if I'd got the smaller one, we'd be doing double the trips to get this field collected up. I'm going to start with the far one of these. I think, actually, no, I'm going to start with the near one of these because it looks slightly bigger. And this is going to be the larger collection of grass for now. So we'll back this into here. We'll get a bucket for the telehandler as well. We'll need to do that in order to get this to do. And tip that there. And that is our first 21,000 litres of grass. We are going to have a lot of grass going into here, and we're going to make a lot of silage. It strikes me there are two ways that you create silage bales. One is when you have so little silage that you're creating that you just don't really have a huge amount that you're going to be putting into a silage clamp like this. And then the other is when you have the opposite, where you have so much silage that you're creating that it won't fit in your silage clamps. And as a result, you need to create bales just in order to take all of the silage. It's quite an interesting bit where the silage clamp sits in the middle. I know that there are some maps and some places where you just have humongous silage clamps. And yeah, those very much sort of negate all of that. But yeah, it is one of those things where I think on here I'd have to start creating silage bales once my clamps were full and I had nowhere else to put this grass. First contract for the day is complete, and the 8 RT is all done. So we'll get this folded up. And we're going to transport this now up the other end of the map. We're going up to field 51. It is about as far away from us as we can get here. And yeah, I'm not going to negotiate the bridge again in order to take the most direct route. I don't think the hired worker would have gone this way. And then, yeah, we'll head up to 51 and get this one started. And eventually we get ourselves over to the other side of Pallegney and pull ourselves into field 51 here, and we can get this contract started. Meanwhile, our 3650 has finished windrowing as well. So I'm going to go and take this. We'll drop the windrower off at the farm, and then what I want to do is go and get the weeder and get this weeding the oat field, which is slightly more important. We are running low on time really to get all this collected up, but I think it's more important that we get rid of those weeds today than worry too much about picking all this up. We've got plenty of time to get all of this picked up. And I can always go and spend a day off camera doing that. But right now, we need to go and get the weeds dealt with. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to have a problem. And while they're small, they're nice and easy to handle. And I think, yeah, I don't need to change my tires either. So we'll be good. We'll go and do that. Swap this out. I think, oh yeah, no, this we're putting in the shed up here. Still haven't picked out some new sheds to put down the bottom there. I will do that though, because we do need a little bit more storage space. We're getting more and more equipment, and we're going to have less and less space to store it. Back from the shop with the weeder, and we'll just take this round and get it started. What's the time? 20 past 2. We spent an hour faffing about with the hired workers for the contract and getting this weeder, so we really need to get back to doing what we were doing. Let's start that off. That's all unfolding. Yep, looking very good. This should deal with the weeds on here. We'll come and check on it in a bit, but I really need to get back to collecting up all this grass because we haven't even finished the headlands yet. This is our 4th trailer though, so we're already up to 84,000 litres in our silage clamp. 85,890 is the total after 4 trailers. That's really good. I'm very, very happy with that. And we've still not got the headland done. I think the headland is probably going to send us over 100,000 litres in there. And then we still have everything in the middle of the field to get collected up. That is excellent. It's going to give our cows a really good start. Just checking on the progress of my weeder quickly, because it's done most of the field at this point. And yeah, look at that. We're getting them small enough to clear them off the field. So very, very happy with that. That was money well spent. And going forwards, we should end up needing that every year, because I'm not looking to plow my fields very often, to the point, in fact, where I'm not sure we're going to need the plow much beyond this first year. It may be a piece of equipment that we can do without and maybe hire only when we want to merge a couple of fields together, or when we get a new field. Because at the moment, yeah, once we got these two fields merged together, and once we've got the grass field sorted, although the grass field, I don't think the grass field needs plowing, does it? Let's see. No, it needs rolling and needs plowing. No, our grass field doesn't need plowing, so I'm not sure we actually need the plow anymore. We might be able to rip the grass up with the cultivator, and if that's the case, then we can get a little bit of money in by selling off our plow that we no longer need. So let's tip this here. And yeah, that then pays for the weeder, which is much more useful to us, because we're going to need that a lot more than we're going to need the plow going forwards. It's taken 2 full days to cut and collect all of the grass on this field. It really is a massive, massive grass field, which is why we're going to convert it to an arable field for the most part. It is just too big an area for us to continually do grass work on. We'll do just as well by converting the top half of this field to an arable field, and cutting the bottom bit down by the viaduct into just a little bit of grass that we can get some extra stuff off. I think we're going to be good with hay bales for a while. I think we're definitely going to be good with silage for a while. We've got a massive amount on here. Our AI worker, so that is the weeder, has finished its work, which is great news. So we can get this emptying here. I'm going to pull it forward slightly. Then we can start this up. We'll put some lights on, because it's got fairly dark. It's only 5:30 in the evening, but it's got pretty dark because it's November. And this does question whether we're going to be going into December or doing much in December. We're not going to have very long days. Not much daylight, so I'm a little bit unsure as to exactly how much we'll get done in December. We could pick things up in March, but we do have some fields to reconfigure and some lime to spread, so there's a few bits and pieces to do. We might have a look at that. We now have nowhere to put this weeder, I don't think, so I'm going to leave it on the back of the tractor for now, as we go and park this up in here. And contract is finished on field 51, so we can go and deal with that quickly, and that can go into the evening, and we'll pick those up next time. So start this up, fold up the equipment on that, and this then needs to go down to field 48, starting that in the evening, and that will go well into the evening to complete that. But that needs completing tonight. If that's not done tonight, then that contract will be failed, and I would rather not be charged for this equipment without earning money for the contract. In fact, we need the lights on this as well. So I should be able to get into field 48 just up the corner here, and we can then leave this working into the evening. This time of year it gets dark so early. Right, leave that going there, and that can work this field. And with the last of the grass coming out of our forage wagon here, we are at how much have we got in here? Why isn't it telling me? Here we go, 171,000 liters. And we're not done yet, so I'm going to get into the evening here, collecting the rest of this up, and we should have, well, we're going to have well over 200,000 liters of silage created from this. We might even have 300,000 litres. We will check up on that next time. But for now, we're all done on the farm for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.